Do your mistakes keep coming back to haunt you, played over and over in your mind? Do you wish you could change what you did and go back in time? It can be hard to deal with regret, but what if you could use it to get stronger, smarter, and more unstoppable? The famous warrior Miyamoto Musashi learned how to move forward without stopping. We'll look at 6 powerful ways to deal with regret using his timeless advice in this video. We need to leave the past behind and move forward into a stronger, more clear future. Step 1. View regret as a guide, not a punishment. People usually think of regret as a bad thing, a punishment for mistakes made in the past. What if sorrow isn't there to punish you, though? What if it's really trying to show you the way? Miyamoto Musashi thought that every mistake was a chance to learn something. There was never any fear in his mind when he failed. He saw it as a chance to learn and get better at his skills and tactics. This is the best way to deal with sorrow. Don't let it break you. Instead, use it to teach you. Sorry is not a bad thing. It's a message. It tells you what went wrong and what you should do better next time. When you change your point of view, guilt stops being a way to punish yourself and starts being a way to help you grow. Remember a time when you did something wrong. You might have hurt someone you cared about. There was a chance that could have changed your life that you didn't take. Ask yourself, what is this regret trying to teach me? Instead of dwelling on the past and feeling guilty all over again. Think little of yourself and much of the world, Musashi said one time. This means that you shouldn't dwell on your mistakes, but instead should see them as steps on a bigger journey. When you feel sorrow, take your mind off of it and look at it as if you were someone else. What lesson does the pain hold? What can you learn from it? It is the way of the fighter to accept all experiences, good or bad, and use them to grow. You will grow smarter, stronger, and more resilient if you see sorrow as a lesson instead of a punishment. Step 2. Rewrite the narrative. The way we tell our story is a big part of why guilt is so strong in our lives. You will feel stuck if you keep thinking about your mistakes in a bad way. You can change how you feel about the past, though, if you change the story. Musashi thought that what you see matters. He trained himself to see more than what was in front of him and to see the bigger picture in everything. To feel bad, you must do the same thing. Change how you think about the past instead of calling yourself a loser. Think about this question. What if this mistake helped me grow? Could it be that everything I went through was making me ready for something bigger? Say, I learned a valuable lesson that will make me stronger instead of I ruined my chances. Say something like, that experience prepared me for something better instead of I wasted time. You must know that there are multiple ways to reach the peak of the mountain, Musashi said one time. In other words, your trip is not over just because you took a wrong turn. There's always another way to move forward. Changing the way you tell your story gives you power over it. You are no longer defined by regret. Instead, it turns into a way to grow wise and master yourself. Step 3. Create a regret ritual. Regret is a constant that can get in the way of progress and growth. A regret rite is a symbolic act that helps people accept their mistakes and move on. It can help them let go of regret. As Miyamoto Musashi said, dwelling on the past was a waste of time, and there are many ways to reach the top of the peak. A rite of regret can help you let go of the mental and emotional weight that regret brings and move on with your life. Writing down everything you regret, being brutally honest, and then destroying the paper are strong techniques based on Musashi's ideas. Visualizing your sorrow flowing into water is a way to cleanse and renew yourself. Since Musashi often said that people should be like water and be able to adapt to new situations without fighting them. Besides Shoshin, or beginner's mind, Musashi also believed in the idea of looking at life with a new point of view. Putting water in a cup to represent your mind full of regret, and then emptying it to remember yourself that your mistakes don't define you. They just serve their purpose. A regret routine is not magic, but it can help you change the way your brain works. Letting go is a physical act that helps your mind accept it. Holding on to sorrow does not help. Holding on to sorrow takes away your energy, makes it hard to concentrate, and keeps you from becoming your strongest self. A ritual about regret can help you reach a stopping point in your life. It lets you face the past, take responsibility, and move forward without feeling heavy. It helps you remember that you are not your mistakes, but what you choose to be next. Today is the past, but tomorrow is still up to you. Do not hold on to regrets. Instead, take a strong step forward. Step 4. Make a bold move today. Regret grows when you do nothing. It gets bigger and more deeply rooted in your mind the longer you wait. You review past mistakes, wishing you had done things differently. But here's the truth. Sorrow is not about what took place. It's not about what you did, the chance you didn't seize, the things you didn't say, what you didn't do when it really mattered. Doing something brave today is the only way to fight regret. Miyamoto Musashi lived by the idea that you should move quickly and decisively. He didn't think too much, pause, or let fear stop him. He knew that every moment was a fight because he was a samurai, and anything that made him hesitate could mean defeat. Do nothing that is useless, he said one time. It doesn't help to think too much, dwell on the past, or stay stuck in sorrow. Things that happen right now are the only things that count. So, what brave thing can you do right now to change your future? Say it today if you feel bad about not telling someone how you feel. If you feel bad about not going after a dream, do it now. If you feel bad about losing time, plan how to use the time you still have well. Moving boldly and purposefully towards something better is the only way to get over sorrow. A lot of people live with sorrow because they think they missed their chance. They believe it's too late. Musashi would not agree, though. He thought that a warrior could handle any situation and that life was always changing and making new roads. Think little of yourself and much of the world, he said one time. This means you should stop seeing yourself as stuck in the past. Instead, see the world as full of fresh chances that are just ready for you to take them. The fact that Musashi could keep going no matter what was one of his best qualities. He never gave up when things went wrong. He never let feeling bad about something slow him down. He just changed, learned, and did things. It's important to think this way. Do not wait for the right time if you want to end your regrets. There's never a good time. Now is the only time. Today, do something brave, and you'll see how quickly sorrow takes away its hold on you. Step 5. Break the regret loop with gratitude. When you feel regret, it can keep you stuck. You think about the same mistakes, missed chances, and words that you wish you could take back over and over again. You get more angry, guilty, and blameful of yourself when you think about the past. But there is a way out. Be thankful. Miyamoto Musashi knew that the mind is the most powerful tool a warrior can use. A thought full of regret is weak and can't concentrate. A mind that is full of thanks is strong and ready for war. Your whole view changes when you think about what you have instead of what you've lost. You take back your power instead of letting sorrow run your life. Think about this. You can't change the past no matter how much you wish you could. But what you do now will affect what happens in the future. You are missing the present if you spend your time thinking about mistakes you made in the past. You can see the lessons in your problems and the chances in front of you if you turn your attention to being thankful. Musashi said, "Don't waste time thinking about things that went wrong in the past. Be smart and careful as you move forward." He knew that regret doesn't help you grow unless you use it that way. Being thankful is what changes sorrow into wisdom. Ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? Instead of, I wish I had done things differently. There is a lesson in every mistake. If you feel bad about ending a relationship, remember the love and lessons you learned from it. Even if you feel bad about missing a chance, be thankful that you now know how important it is to act. Musashi thought that the mind and body should be trained every day. Write down 3 things you're thankful for every day. They can be big or small, like your health, your family, or the lessons you've learned. Focusing on the good instead of the bad changes the way your brain works. When you compare yourself to an ideal that isn't real, you're more likely to feel regret. Instead, think about the person you were in the past. Have you grown? Have you learned? Have you gotten stronger? If so, be thankful for the progress. Being thankful doesn't get rid of sorrow, but it changes it. It lets you look at the past with knowledge instead of pain. When you do that, you're no longer stuck in the loop and can move forward with power and clarity. Step 6. Accept that some things can't be fixed, and that's okay. There are some things we regret in life that we can't change. Some mistakes can't be fixed, Words can't be taken back, and chances will never come up again. There is a hard truth that you need to accept in order to move on. You will lose energy, stay stuck in the past, and not be able to fully live in the present if you hold on to regrets about things you can't change. This was very clear to Miyamoto Musashi. It was important to him to be able to change and accept things as they are. He knew that as a warrior, not every battle could be won, not every attack would hit, and not every chance would turn out well. He didn't think about what he had lost. He instead focused on what he could change, his own thoughts, actions, and habits. It was important for Musashi to teach people to accept everything just the way it is. This doesn't mean giving up or giving in to failing. In this case, it means facing the truth of your position and choosing to move forward anyway. You are truly strong when you know there are some things you can't change, but still work to make yourself and your future better. Think about something you still feel bad about. There could have been a bad breakup, a missed job chance, or a mistake that hurt someone very much. If you've done everything you can to make things right, and the problem still can't be fixed, then feeling bad about what you did will only hurt you more. Just because you accept what happened doesn't mean it was okay. It just means you reject pain and choose peace instead. Instead of being stuck in the past, you've chosen to think about what's coming next. Musashi also taught people how to be detached. Basically, he thought that a fighter shouldn't get too attached to any result, person, or thing. This way of thinking can also be used for sorrow. When you let go of the idea that things should have been a certain way, you stop being hurt by hoping for a past that can't have been. You can't change the past, but you can change the future. Shame shouldn't be a jail. It should teach you a lesson. Let go of what you can't change. Take a step forward with the strength and knowledge that only comes from experience.